What's good? What's good? Welcome back to Invest and Trade with Jax. Hope you're well, guys. We're gonna go over Bitcoin. We have a lot of bullish on-chain data that I'd like to go over, as well as some chart analysis. So we're sitting at 39,419. We're sitting at a market cap of 742 billion. 24-hour volume, 24.27 billion. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to crypto.com, sign up to the world's fastest growing crypto app, and you can grab one of the incredible Visa cards, cashback in crypto, free Spotify, Netflix, Prime, travel incentives depending on the level of card that you have. This bottle of water here, I think it's around 40 cents here in Ghana. Everything's like 50 to 75% cheaper, so it's pretty nice. And you can grab one of the incredible Visa cards, cashback in crypto, $25 just for signing up through my referral. So a little bit of news, guys. Current market pattern underpins one of the most bullish counts for Bitcoin right now. So after a week filled with twists and turns, Bitcoin is on the verge of pulling a major move after spending the last 48 or so hours ranging in pretty much the same zone. So the most bullish count for Bitcoin right now, sideways chop, doesn't look like it's part of wave 5. So with those counts invalidated, this is how I think it could be tied back to wave 4. So as I've been mentioning on the channel, we are expecting a wave 5 that will take us to new all-time highs and take us to the end of this bull run. I do think this could definitely be a more short-term bear market, but we'll see what happens. So this pattern is more or less complete with invalidation below 34.3K, working on others. If we scroll down here, so analysts like CT's BTC Fuel believe that Bitcoin will only go to about 70 to 130K in 2022 only, wow, to pave the way for the altcoin season, because as he says, they are in their final bubble stage. The pundit pretty much agrees with this chart posted by another trader. So this is basically, I can't enlarge this, maybe I can zoom in on it. This is basically the last few months since we broke out over the summertime. So over 6 months now, we've been in this ascending channel. We come up, we go A, B, C. We come up, we hit rejection D, which would put in a new all-time high. We come back down for E. We see a large retracement, and then we shoot up for that final wave 5 that could take you up to 150K for BTC. So we're going to jump into this article here. So 3 reasons why Bitcoin can rally back to 60K despite erasing last week's gains. So BTC back below 40K as oil soars. The losses appeared primarily in part due to sell-offs across the risk-on markets, led by 18% rise in international oil benchmark. Brent crude to almost 139 per barrel early Monday, its highest level since 2008. Nonetheless, Bitcoin's inability to offer a hedge against the ongoing market volatility also raised doubts over its safe haven status, with its correlation coefficient with Nasdaq Composite reaching 0.87 on Monday. So as many of us know, oil prices are at an all-time high. Inflation is going through the roof, which of course is bearish for the markets. But as we can see here, on one hand, Bitcoin's potential to continue its decline remains high amid the worsening geopolitical conflict between Russia and the Ukraine and prospects of higher interest rate hikes in March. Nonetheless, some technical and on-chain indicators are flashing bullish on lower timeframes, suggesting a potential price rebound towards 60,000 in the months ahead. So multi-year ascending trendline support. If history repeats, Bitcoin recent decline to its multi-year ascending trendline support could set this stage for a potential rebound towards 60K resistance level. So as you can see here, guys, hopefully maybe I can zoom in on this as well. We are creating a beautiful ascending triangle, and we have come back down to the ascending level of support on the weekly time frame, and this is leading all the way back to our April and May highs. So if we can bounce here and we can break out of this ascending triangle, we can see a massive push and that final wave 5 to the upside. So number of Bitcoin whales on the rise, that's what we want to see finally. Elsewhere, on-chain data provided by Coinmetrics indicate that rich investors have been purchasing Bitcoin near the same level. For instance, the number of Bitcoin addresses that hold at least 1,000 BTC spiked from 2,127 on February 27 to 2,266 on February 28. In the same period, Bitcoin price climbed from nearly 38 to almost 45K as of March 6th. The number of Bitcoin addresses was down to only 2,263, even as Bitcoin dropped below 38,000, suggesting rich investors decided to hold their Bitcoin tokens despite the downside sentiment. So whales are accumulating. Finally, guys, whales are holding on to their Bitcoin, and they're also moving it off exchanges. So interestingly, 21 of the past 26 weeks saw BTC moving more off exchanges. So the more Bitcoin outflow from exchanges suggests investors are looking to hold for the longer term. And as we know, when Bitcoin is flowing onto the exchanges, that means the whales, the investors, they're looking to sell. So we have whales accumulating, we have them moving it into cold wallets off exchanges, which are all bullish signs for Bitcoin and of course the cryptocurrency market. So hopefully we bottomed out. Would be nice, guys. We see that wave 5, but nothing is promised. Let's pop over. Woo! Nice little push up here. Pop over to the chart. We're here on the 4-hour time frame. You can see we're quite low on the RSI. We're starting to see a nice little bounce, and we're also starting to see some volume here. Just going to quickly pop over the money flow index. Computer's a little bit slow today. All right, here we are on the money flow. Yeah, money's flowing right back into Bitcoin as well. We came down to the golden ratio at 38.2. We're holding it as support, and we're seeing a bounce. That's where you want to bounce, guys. We're going to remain bullish and continue to create higher lows as we've been doing. As we've been doing here, we create a low, we create a higher low, we create a higher low once again. So this is exactly what we want to see for the start of an uptrend. So hopefully we bounce off the golden ratio and we head back up to 40.8K. And then your next major level of resistance, 41.9K for our friend BTC. If we pop over to our next chart on the 4-hour time frame, we have the beautiful ascending triangle. Our indicators are in the floor. Our MACD looks like it's about to have the bullish cross. The last time it was at this level was right here. Beautiful pump back to the upside. We're seeing money flow back in as well as relative strength coming back into Bitcoin. So hopefully we can get back above the EMAs and see a nice bounce. We really don't want to lose this ascending level of support in my opinion. Otherwise, we are in a technical target to about 29.9K. But as of right now, we are seeing a nice little push back up for BTC. The long positions continuing to soar, guys. We do have that bearish divergence, but absolutely massive accumulation of Bitcoin, as you can see with the long positions. Looks like about since the start of January, the longs have just been steadily increasing, which is what you want to see. But these bearish divergences do play out on the RSI, or sorry guys, on the long positions as well. So do keep an eye on that. Look at the short positions, really not moving, exactly what you want to see, another bullish sentiment. We have the DXY starting to look like it's getting a little bit rejected here. We do have a bearish divergence. I've been talking about this rising wedge, guys. This is the 4-hour time frame, and now as you can see here, we create a higher high while creating a lower high. Early sign that we're losing strength, and the DXY could fall here, and that could lead to the next pump for Bitcoin. So hopefully that's what we see, guys. The bearish scenario is the DXY just consolidates and continues here. But if you watch a channel like the Blockchain Backer, he does target the 0.702, which is right in between the golden ratio and the 0.786, and in many cases that is a strong rejection level. So we'll see if we get rejected here with the DXY, which of course in correlation, when the DXY is falling, that's when we're seeing the price of Bitcoin go up. Pop over to our next chart on the daily. We have been talking about that dead cat bounce scenario. So if we can break out of this ascending triangle, we can push up to about 55, 60K. And we have to be really careful, guys, because we can have a dead cat bounce and then see continuation all the way back down to 28K, 29K. And the way that we invalidate that is we break the 0.786, we hold it as support. We see continuation up to the previous all-time high, and then the 1.618 at 108K. If we look at the weekly time frame, guys, I've been talking about the money flow being absolutely in the floor. We do have a little bit of room to come down here on the RSI, but every time we're this low on the money flow, we do see a beautiful pump right here. We saw a beautiful bounce to the upside. Right here was a previous bear market low. When we had the capitulation and the money flow came to the bottom section, we pushed right back up to the upside. Right here as well, Corona dump pushed back up to the upside. But we are underneath the EMAs on the weekly, and we're almost having the bearish cross, so we do have to keep a close eye on that. I do think we'd have to get back above the EMAs fairly soon here if we are going to see a nice push back to the upside on the weekly time frame, because if we come up and we get rejected, we roll over, then we can come right back down to 29K. But that's why I always recommend a dollar cost average if you're a busy person, you can't day trade. Incredible way to trade. Shout out to the Discord, over 1,800 members posting chart patterns, talking all things crypto, as well as the DCA trade strategy fully explained, the DCA charts for the live trades on the channel, and buy and take profit zones if you're looking for entries and exits for your altcoin positions, or you want a dollar cost average into your trades. Price of a coffee, $350 USD. You really can't beat it. If you want to trade with me, sign up to Bybit, and I will see you in the next video. All right, much love. Take care.